is wall-to-wall post-game coverage of Game 1. The list of 3 keys that has the Heat 3 wins away from the NBA Finals. It all begins and ends with Jimmy Butler. Amazing again, leading all scorers with 41, 4 steals, 3 blocks, imposed his physicality. There's the intangible, got to the free throw line, knocked down 17 from the charity stripe. He literally and figuratively did it all, the heart and soul of the Heat. The Celtics were so money from the three-point line against the Bucks, but couldn't buy one from downtown when they needed it in Game 1. 11 for 34, really cooled off in the second half. The Heat's defense had a little bit to do with that as well. Third quarter is where it was decided, for sure. 3 wins away, quarter number 3. Boston was outscored by 25. Jimmy Buckets had more buckets than the Celtics himself in the third, outscoring the 17-time champion 17-14.
Tim Legler, locked in. He's been studying film. 48 minutes. He watched every single bit of this game. He's with us on SportsCenter. So, Tim, the third quarter is 39-14 Miami. Am I more impressed that they had 39 or only allowed 14?
I think only allowed 14 because I think the 39 is a direct result of what they were doing on the other end of the floor. They just played desperate, and I didn't think necessarily that their defense was physical enough. They weren't active enough in the first half. That all turned into the third quarter. They didn't take anything for granted or allow Boston anything easy. You see the rakes at the rim. This happened 3 different times in the third quarter. It looks like Boston's got an easy layup, and they come and they get a strip, and then this incredible block tracked down by Bam Adebayo. That's a play in which he's beaten. In the first half, that's probably going to end up being a layup. Third quarter, that becomes a block. Here's another one. You're getting up, pressuring ball handlers, jumping in passing lanes. They didn't even allow simple dribble handoffs to occur in the third quarter. They were getting up and disrupting literally everything Boston was trying to do. And as a result, they were able to get at easy stuff in transition, and it also led to some dominance at the foul line in that quarter as well when the game really slowed down. But for me, this entire game took a turn with the Heat activity level on that end of the floor. It's that simple. They were physical, aggressive, and Boston did not respond well to it.
Beat them down for sure. All right, Legs, we're going to hear from coaches. We're going to hear from players. We're going to hear from you again. Sit tight. We'll get back to you in just a minute. Tim Legler at home talking about Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
It was really about the third quarter, that's for sure. About, 10 and a half hours earlier than normal. Let's get Stephen A's first take on Game 1. Live from Miami, he and Jalen Rose join SportsCenter with their post-game thoughts. Stephen A, take it away.
Well, my first take about this game was that Jimmy Butler was sensational. This is the guy that texted me after they had won the semifinal series against the Philadelphia 76ers and said, you and everybody else has slept on me. I'm going to show y'all what I'm about. I'm going to show y'all what I'm made of. And then he went on the court in Game 1 tonight of the conference finals, and he did just that. 12 of 19 shooting from the field, 41 points in 41 minutes. Did not make one single three-pointer. He was clearly the star amongst stars, Jalen, and it came out of that.
And he took it personal. And also, Stephen A., he did what he said he came to do when he got to Miami. When you get ousted the way he was ousted in Philly and they ended up choosing Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons over him, Jimmy Butler was searching for a home. When he chose that home to be Miami, he's already led them to an NBA final. Now he comes out and plays on the biggest stage in a dominating fashion. And also defensively, the way the Heat were locking down on the perimeter in particular against Jason Tatum. But also the paint points. In the first half, the Boston Celtics had 42 paint points. In the second half, they only had 6.
Yeah.
How about their starting backcourt?
Yeah.
Strus and Vincent, both undrafted, 5 points at halftime. Total, they had 23 total points in the second half. They finally got their offense clicking through their defense, and they were inspired clearly off P.J. Tucker returning with his injury.
Well, I thought Boston in the first half took it to Miami for the most part, and they punched them in the mouth essentially and showed Miami, gave Miami a taste of their own medicine to some degree. But Miami poured it on, went on a 22-2 run to open the second half, were absolutely explosive. And then when you look at some of the guys that made contributions, you had Tyler Hero making a contribution, obviously Strus, obviously gave Vincent. But I look at Boston on their side, Jason Tatum was relatively silent. Jaylen Brown came on as of late. Pritchard was making points for you, but they were taking advantage of him defensively, and it just seemed like the better team was the Miami Heat. Boston desperately missed Al Horford and Marcus Smart in this game. There is no way around it. They're going to need them, and that's the message I ultimately walked away with. Miami sent the message to the Celtics, you're going to need Smart and Horford in order to beat us real quick.
And it wasn't even all about the points and missing those guys. It was about the fact that they missed their defensive tenacity and the force that they started to play with. They didn't play with it in the first half. The Miami Heat picked it up severely in the second half.
That's Jalen Rose. This is Stephen A. Game 1, Miami Heat sent the message. Back to you guys.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. Ime Udoka is going to pop in that tape. He's got 2 days to get ready for Game 2, 8:30 Eastern on ESPN Thursday night. Once again, Game 2 with the Western Conference Finals beginning tomorrow night. We're on our way to the NBA Finals.
After working up a sweat in Game 1, Tyler Hero is now TV ready and with us here on SportsCenter. Tyler Hero, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right, there he is. Very good.
Can you hear me?
Hey, you're great. Tell me what went right in the third quarter, because the first half was sort of so-so, but the third quarter was all Miami Heat.
Yeah, I mean, we came out of the half with a lot of intensity, a lot of focus on the defensive end. We were able to get stops and turn it into transition, turn it into easy buckets, and we were able to create a lead.
Jason Tatum, big in the first half, not as big in the second half. What'd you do to shut him down a little bit?
Just getting into him, trying to take away his air, making things tough. He's a great player. Just trying to crowd him, take away his space, take away his spots and make everything, a tough, contested jump shot.
I'm looking at Tyler Hero's line from this game in the box score, 18 points. That seems about right. 8 rebounds is nice. Just 1 of 5 from 3. How'd you feel you played?
I was decent. Felt better than the past series, was able to, get in a little rhythm in the first half. Just want to be aggressive and, get to my spots.
What'd you think of your man, Jim Butler, 41, and really kind of took control there in the second half?
Yeah. He, Jimmy, MVP Jimmy, he did his thing. 40 points, that's what he does, and he put us on his back tonight. We're going to need the other guys to step up, throughout the series to help Jimmy.
You played this team in the Eastern Conference Finals in the bubble. Describe the difference in the atmosphere playing this game as opposed to playing those games.
Yeah, it's completely different. I would just say, just walking into the arena, you can feel like the buzz. You can feel it's the Eastern Conference Finals. You can feel it. You can feel it in the air. It's definitely different than the bubble, to say the least.
Yeah, nice to have some juice in there. The other thing I want to know is, coaches are always like, got to go out and play this like any other game, but it's not in any other game. How do you get ready? What's the feel of an Eastern Conference Finals game?
You just got to treat it like any other game, but even though it's not, this is all you want as a competitor, growing up, and as a kid, me and the rest of my teammates watch games like this. So to be able to be in this atmosphere, in the Eastern Conference Finals is, everything we could ask for.
They're coming for you in Game 2. How do you get ready for them again on Thursday?
Yeah, we know they're coming. We took care of business Game 1. Get back to the film tonight and tomorrow morning and, rest up and get ready for Game 2.
Finally, take me through the rest of the night. When you go home, are you amped up? Are you up for 3 hours? You go to bed? How does that work? I feel like I would be up watching every Netflix show till 6 a.m.
No, I'll definitely be up till around 4, 5, 6 a.m. I can't go to sleep after the game, so I gotta rest and I'll be ready for Game 2.
All right, 4 or 5 a.m. By the way, in South Beach, stay in the house. Okay, that's free advice from me to you. Okay, 4 or 5's good. Just stay in the gated community.
I'm inside. Yeah, well, I'm inside.
Very good, Tyler Hero. Appreciate your time. We'll see you Thursday, man.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Ime Udoka up all night watching film till 5 a.m. Here he is on SportsCenter.